literally changed my life. What am I doing? Even when I'm talking about this right now, my throat hurts. In general, I have no expectations from my future, which drains me. That's my cat. Hi everyone, so this is the first episode of the Friday Coffee Dates with me. We will chit chat about being in your early 20s and everything in between, basically. If you have your coffee, tea, or anything you want to drink with you, we can start this episode. Today, I'm going to focus on this specific feeling that I have been feeling for almost like 6 months. I want to share it with you because I know that deep down, everyone is feeling the same sometimes. What I have been feeling so lately is that this feeling of emptiness, this feeling of void that is growing inside me. I honestly know that I am healthy, I have a job, I have my friends, my boyfriend, and everything I will probably need as a fundamental need, at least, to live my life. So I'm actually very grateful for that. But this void keeps growing inside me no matter what I have. I feel like I have no expectations from my life. In general, I have no expectations from my future, which drains me. I'm really struggling to find out where I am in life and what to do with my life in general, I guess. When I look back, all I can see is that I had a lot of toxic relationships, a lot of friendships that were filled with jealousy, the feeling of not being enough. No matter how I succeed in life, no matter what job do I get, what things do I achieve, I always felt not competent enough, which slowly hunts me down. So at some point, all these questions come to my mind, like who am I? Who am I to my friends? Who am I to my boyfriend? Who am I to my family, co-workers? Who am I in general, and what am I doing? Am I good enough? Am I trying enough? Am I enough? When you're going through something that is so difficult for you, seeing that... That's my cat. So the thing is, I realize that when you're going through something that is difficult for you in life, when you meet with people that are going through the similar phases in life and they are struggling just like you are, it makes you feel so much better and it helps you get rid of that lonely feeling of figuring out life. I don't know if that makes sense, but whenever I'm going through something that is hard, I always feel like that's something about me only, and that is maybe only happening to me right now, or it's just, it happened because of my actions, blah blah blah. But in reality, when you meet with other people who are going through the same exact feelings, situations, problems like you do, it makes you realize you're not that alone and you're not going through this alone. So it made me feel so much better about myself, and I realized that the more we share about our feelings, especially online, the more we can help each other out. My main point here is that we all have the same fundamental problems that is a part of the human experience on this earth, and if you're also feeling like you're not enough, you have the constant need of approval, you're not alone. And This is not just happening to you, this is happening to all of us, especially in these ages, I guess. For this matter, I wanted to remind you that if you're going through a tough time, between all those clouds and thunders and storms, there is still a beautiful blue sky, and it's all going to pass. Everything is temporary. Everything you're feeling, everything you will feel, everything you will ever felt before, it's all temporary, and it can give you this sense of comfort, in my opinion. All of those heavy feelings, tough decisions, they will pass. They will pass eventually, because no train will stay on the same station. Basically, nothing that you feel, nothing that you think, nothing that you are going through is going to last forever. I know it's hard to hear, but it's also relaxing to hear as well. What I've come to conclusion to do is that I'm going to accept my experience wholly, entirely, and I'm not going to be thinking or saying, oh, this was an awful feeling, I was suffering a lot, and this happened to me and I'm really mad about it. No, it's okay. It's really good to feel that you're mad, and really good to acknowledge the feeling of madness, the feeling of shame, the feeling of happiness. Every feeling is like a color on the rainbow, if that makes sense. So without one another, the other feelings wouldn't exist. So let's say that you're having a great life and you have no problems whatsoever. I don't know if that's possible, honestly, but let's say that you have it. Then if you don't have any sadness or negative emotions in your life, how are you going to appreciate the good parts? How are you going to appreciate the happy memories? That kind of scenario, we will have so much less satisfaction of our happiness. So next time when you're feeling bad about something, try to accept your feeling. Try to accept your thoughts, and try to accept wherever you are in life and whatever circumstances you are in. Let me know if you feel the same or similar, or you're going through something much worse or so much better, but it still makes you feel the same way that I do, because it can happen. So I think this all started when I realized that I want to be seen by some people that I know, and at first it was just a want, it was just a desire, a feeling, but then it somehow turned into a need, and now I just don't just want to be seen, I feel like I need to be seen by these people whom I love. When someone else tells you something, it doesn't hurt that much, in my experience. But when you keep telling yourself the same thing over and over, and just criticize yourself day by day, it becomes like a burden. I know that these feelings will not last. They will not be here with me. Maybe a few months later, maybe a year later. I really don't know. But the only thing I'm trying to do to feel myself better is that, I know it's going to sound cliche, but it's meditation. And as a person with ADHD, it's really hard for me to concentrate, and even just sitting here and talking to a phone, talking to a camera is really like a hard task for me. But I know that it's going to make me feel so much better after I do it. And that's the same with my meditation experiences. Whenever I try to meditate, I always lose my focus. I first started meditating like a year ago when I was suggested by a friend to start a mindfulness course, which was a big deal for me, and I wasn't expecting something to come out of it, honestly, but it literally changed my life. I know this sounds so cliche, but yeah, it really did. And everyone around me can see it, I can feel it. My whole perspective has changed towards life, which is a big thing for me, huge thing. But when I started this mindfulness journey, I was having like an online class every week, and we would talk about our emotions, talk about what mindfulness is, how it can help you, and we would then start to meditate together. And I struggled a lot. Like, I wanted to quit for the first 3 weeks, I guess. The reason I wanted to quit was that I could not close my eyes and just focus on something or a feeling or a thought and just stay like that. I would instantly open my eyes after like 2 minutes, 3 minutes, and I would start focusing on different things. The good thing is that this made me realize that I'm more available, more suitable for open eye meditation. Then I started to try out Mindway VR's meditation experiences, which is basically like a meditation VR app, but say that you are doing a mountain meditation, which is basically like you try to picture yourself being a mountain, and when it's summer it's really hot, and when it's winter there are snows on you, it's snowing, sometimes there's thunders, storms, and you are not moving at all. You're not even slightly moving. You're just there. You are persistent. You are strong. The circumstances of your outer space doesn't change how you stand. Good thing about Mindway VR is that when you're doing a mindfulness meditation, when you're doing the, let's say, mountain meditation, you don't have to picture anything. You're seeing the transformation of those mountain going through all phases of life, all phases of seasons. And it's honestly just remarkable how a great piece of technology can improve your mood so quickly and so much powerfully. Because when I was meditating, it was really hard for me to just be there, you know? But inside Mindway, there is almost nowhere to be distracted at, because every part of the elements in your experiences is a part of the meditation, which is great. So if you're also going through something similar and you have an Oculus Quest, go download Mindway and try out the mountain meditation, which should be growing confidence. It should be called like that. And let me know in the comments if it has helped you or not. Now I want to talk about one more thing before I leave, and it is self-compassion, unfortunately, which is a weak spot of mine. So what I realized when I started doing Mindway's self-compassion journeys is that no matter what is going on, even if I don't have control over that situation or that feeling, I always get mad about myself. I always find something to criticize myself. I always find something to be harsh on myself, like an unending circle. Like, I always come back and do this, even if it's not my fault. For example, I recently broke up with a friend. You know what I mean? When you have a friend that is such a big part of your life, that has been in your life for so long, and you have to separate your ways with them, it literally feels like a breakup, and maybe even more intense. So I cut off my relationship with one of my best friends who has been in my life for more than 7 years. I realized that we were growing apart towards different directions, and whenever we try to talk about something, I realized that we have such different perspectives. It's it's a struggle to connect at this point. I just cannot find what she's going through relatable at this point, and what and she basically feels the same way about this. So even though our feelings were mutual, she was feeling the same way, but at the end I still kept judging myself about this decision, even though it was not my fault, it was not about me, it was not about her, it was just about the connection that we had, and that we were not good to each other at this point. But I literally just couldn't stop judging myself about this. Even when I'm talking about this right now, my throat hurts so much to talk about this. The thing is, I'm honestly trying so hard to build the relationship I want to have with other people. When you think about it, you are your best friend. Of course, you will need other friends, other best friends, but if you're not good to yourself, you will not be good to others. If you're not acting passionate, acting patiently, lovingly to yourself, then how are you going to do the same thing to others? And this thought had wrecked me, but in a good way. Oh, this doesn't mean that I'm going to be ignorant about myself and I'm going to say that I'm always right, I'm always doing the right thing, I have no problems about myself. Of course I will have some problem about myself, but sometimes just even accepting that I have this problem and I have to solve it makes so much difference, because when you don't put a label to that thought process and just let it go all around all day, and it starts to eat you up basically. And I realized that I will not be bad to myself, not like I used to. And through my journey, I'm planning to share a lot more with you, especially in the next episode. I will talk about some of my insecurities and some of the problems I had when I was growing up, and I still am facing these problems almost every day. To wrap this up, I want to say that the things you say about yourself, just imagine you saying it to someone else, someone you don't know, or someone you love. Just imagine that you are criticizing them the way you criticize yourself. And that's not enough for you to stop doing that, as much as you can, of course. Just try to picture yourself maybe like at 6 years old, 10 years old, and try to criticize them the same way you are criticizing yourself today. I think what we don't realize is that no one needs to be that harsh to themselves or each other at any part of life. What I'm trying to do with my meditation and mindfulness journey and these coffee times with you guys is that I'm trying to be softer to myself. I'm trying to be more accepting and more passionate towards me and my thoughts and my feelings and everything in between. So I don't know if this video made you feel some kind of way, or did did all of the things I've talked about had a meaning. I really don't know, but the only thing that I know is that it's helping me, and I'm hoping that it will help you too, to be a part of my journey and let me be a part of your journey. So if you watched this long, thank you for being so present, and thank you for your patience because it's a long video, I know. I will also link Mindway VR's meditations down below, and if you like this video, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and just to leave a comment. Even just an emoji would work for me, because I know that it's sometimes hard to express your feelings online. To the days, we will all collectively say, yeah, it just happens. Video. And don't let the muggles let you down. Yes.